Hi there, welcome back. This is Manu here. Today's idiom is, a bad workman always blames his tools. Now, this is actually a proverb, so I won't call it an idiom. Is it important? Every time. You talk about a poor performance, somebody will say that I was bad because that thing was bad. He was bad, there was no power, the computer didn't work, my broom was in a sorry state. But he'll never say that I was at fault. Then you use this proverb, a bad workman always blames his tools. Let's look at a few sentences to see how we can actually use it practically. The coach blamed his team's poor performance on the bad weather. You know, as they say, a bad workman always blames his tools. Now notice I used the phrase, you know, as they say. That's the chunk that I used, as they say. And I introduced it by saying, you know. So, you know, as they say, and look at the voice quality, the third thing that I want you to notice. You know, as they say, the pitch rises, because there's a comma after say. So, you know, as they say, a poor workman blames his tools. I burnt the toaster. My wife asked me what happened, and I said the toaster was bad. It didn't pop up. My wife said, a poor workman always blames his tools. A poor workman. So I was a poor workman. I was blaming the toaster. Now, notice I said a poor workman always blames his tools. A bad workman always blames his tools. These are two different ways of saying the same thing. Now let's look at yet another example. When the film flopped, the director said that the script was rubbish. It didn't have the necessary fizz to make it big at the box office. And the promoter said, hey, you know what? A poor workman always blames his tools. Try another promoter next time. Here's another one. At work, I failed to submit the final statements in time. My boss asked me what happened, and I said there was a bug in my computer and the Excel sheet macros just didn't work. I was working on an Excel sheet then. And he said, you know, son, a poor workman always blames his tools. You should have found out the solution for that. You should have asked the IT department. They are there for this. Then I said, all right, I'm not going to blame the IT department either because they didn't come when I called them. But that's again a poor workman blaming his tools. Now, here's another thing though. Personally, I think that if somebody blames the tools, it doesn't mean that he's slowly becoming a poor workman. Maybe the tools are to be blamed. So when somebody is telling you that that was the reason why I failed, you shouldn't simply say, all right, now, okay, you are bad. It could be that the reason is genuine. So this proverb is not always true. It has its own exceptions. Now, let's look at a few other parallel examples on this. What other phrases can you use, proverbs can you use, what are not proverbs really, other phrases that you can use in place of this? In fact, you can manufacture this, you can model it differently to suit your purpose. Like I said, a bad workman always blames his tools, a poor workman always blames his tools. But there's another one. A poor dancer always blames the stage. That's got a kind of translation taste, right? From an Indian proverb, a Hindi proverb. But yeah, you can use it. A bad shearer never has a good sickle. If he's a bad shearer, his sickle is always bad. He never has a good sickle. A bad carpenter always has a bad saw. Saw is that which you use to saw the wood. Always has a bad saw. Extended. A bad accountant always has a bad Excel sheet. A bad sweeper always has a bad broom. A bad tailor always has bad scissors. You can use this in a lot of different ways to suit your specific needs also. You don't always have to say workman. Use this. You can use this in a lot of situations. I'm sure you have lots of situations like this in your real life as well. Check that out. Use this. And let me know how you use this. Thank you for watching this video, liking it and subscribing to our channel. We'll see you in the next video. Until then.